Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I'm in Walmart and I have a few things to pick up. I'm mainly here to pick up my mother's meds, but I have a few things on a list, so I will show you what I got so far. I'm in a hurry, so no intro other than this. 3 bananas so far. I didn't even look, but I'm pretty sure they're still 49 cents per pound. Pound of carrots for $1.14. And a stalk of celery? Is that what it's called when it's the whole thing? $1.88. Now she wants pink lipstick, so I have to look for that. She likes a frost lipstick, but they don't really have the same makeup they had when, you know, she was 20, 70 years ago. 75 years ago. So I'm just getting her this Wet n Wild 93-cent lipstick, and it's pink. She likes light pink, but I believe it's a satin finish. Semi-matte. Well, that's semi-okay, I think. So I'm grabbing that because it's the color, at least, that she likes. Very light pink. And let's just keep moving. I've been busy since you saw me last. I picked up my mother's meds. Now I'm getting her some body wash. This is just 98 cents, and it's just Daily Defense. I don't know. Alka-Seltzer, because I do love. Prel, because I need some. And now I need, she needs mayo. We need eggs. She wants Jell-O, some more cream soup. Well, let's just go shop. Oh yeah, my Prel shampoo I think was $2.24, and the Alka-Seltzer knockoff Equate brand is $1.98. I know some of you like to know the prices. Now I'm getting my mother her Cane's mayo, the only mayo she ever wants, and it is $3.12. Lots of people, as always. Okay, I'm picking up some canned soups for her, her condensed soups, tomato, they're all 50 cents each. Condensed tomato, I got 2 cans of this. A cream of celery, and cream of mushroom. And now she needs Jell-O, gelatin, so I'm going to pick out probably like 10 of those. Her helper, Nancy, makes Jell-O for her every week now, or sometimes twice a week. Twice a week. I just grabbed 10 boxes. They used to all be 50 cents. Now they're 51 cents or 52 cents. I don't know, but I grabbed 10. I can't get her peaches at Dollar Tree anymore. I used to be able to get big cans for $1, but now it's $1.08 for just this little can. But she loves her peaches, so I'm getting her peaches and fruit cocktail, also $1.08. And I'm grabbing a little thing of dried minced onions. It's 98 cents for this, 2.35 ounces. And that's really convenient when I just warm up some soup for her. I can sprinkle a little in, or if I make her gravy, she likes little bits of onion in it. Eggs have gone back up in price. This is $2.27 for a dozen large eggs, and I'm actually getting 2 of them. And I keep forgetting to mention that I have something to tell you when I get in the car, so stick around. I was going to say don't hang up, but we're not on the phone. 1 gallon of milk, $3.70. And if you're in a state where it's a lot less, it's because I'm in Maine and we have high prices on milk and dairy in Maine. I grabbed a loaf of bread. This is the sandwich bread, 20 ounces, $1.38. And now I'm grabbing some of my fold top baggies, 150 count, $1.14. And I'm also going to grab the 1 gallon size twist tie bags. I'm not a Ziploc kind of girl. I'm in the car, can you tell? Okay, I don't have too much time. I want to get home before Nancy comes. That's my mother's aide, and we have her 3 times per week now. And I have something to tell her. I just told my mother today. I'm going to tell you guys right now. And my patrons already know this, but I have known for almost a month now that I am going to Memphis next week, but I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my mother. Well, I told my patrons, but I didn't tell my mother, and I didn't tell you guys because I first didn't tell my mother because she gets very worked up when she knows I'm leaving and things don't go well. So this time I thought I'm going to not tell her right away, and then we don't have to worry about it. And then I didn't talk about it on my main channel because I also don't really want to talk about it because I get worked up. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you know I don't like change in my routine. I absolutely dread it. And once again, I am on that early 5 o'clock flight, 5 a.m., which means I have to get up at 2 a.m. to go to the airport, which makes me sick. And the more I talk about the trip, the more I think about that. So I'm kind of just trying to forget the fact that I am actually going on yet another trip. However, I don't believe it will be anything like the last trip. The last trip was absolutely miserable. I was miserable. There was a lot of life changes going on, a lot of personal issues, and the trip was, I mean, I was just sick the entire time. It was hard to even have any kind of fun at all, but that was November. Hopefully this trip will go better. I did tell my mother today I wanted to wait until the weekend, but I want to be able to talk to Nancy about what she can do while I'm gone. And I didn't want to wait till Friday because that was the last day that I'll see her before I go. So I'm going to tell Nancy today and put some lists together, give her a chance to ask me questions, and at least my mother will have her coming in while I'm gone. So everything's going to be fine, and I will survive the 5 a.m. flight because I have before, and I return on March 18, which happens to be the night before my mother's birthday. My mother's birthday, she'll be 95 on March 19. I'm going to beg you not to fill my comments with relax, have fun, enjoy yourself. Because that's not how I relax, and that's not how I enjoy myself, leaving my world that I have so carefully created to be exactly the way I want. A nice little safe world where I work every single day and do nothing else. That's how I relax. But you're going to say it anyway, so go ahead, get it out of your system, and I'll just pretend that I'm normal and that going on a trip is relaxation. I don't know how that can be relaxing to anyone. It is a lot of work to travel. It's a lot of work to plan. It's a lot of work to be out of your element. I don't care who you are. Then you come home and you're fucking exhausted. At least I am. I think the best thing about any trip for me is that I have even that much more appreciation for the quiet little life that I lead that is filled with just working. But anyway, so that's the news. And Skylar obviously knows. I told her right away. So she's been planning things that she wants us to do together. I will be recording. I'm not going to be doing ASMR videos while I'm there. Obviously, I haven't done any this week because of the fabric frenzy. I will try to do a couple things for Patreon, at least check in. But mostly the videos will just be on this main channel, and it'll involve Skylar, and some of those might go on her channel. I don't know yet. I am very anxious to be with her, but I just wish it didn't have to involve traveling, and certainly not at 5 a.m. on a flight that I have to get up at 2. I really wish I could fall asleep very, very early, or I wish I could sleep really late that day and just not go to bed. Just go to the airport and just, sleep. No, I can't sleep the next day because she'll actually be there that next day. Anyway, see, I worry about it. I just worry about it very much. The other thing, the fabric frenzy. Oh my goodness, I haven't worked on it yet today. I've been busy with other stuff, but I am going to go home and I'm almost ready to start putting the orders into the packages. So I'm hoping some might be ready to go out tomorrow, or I might just wait and get them done together, and I don't know. But I'm getting there. I've got to tell you, if not for the PayPal screw-up, the frenzy, this was the biggest frenzy I did, like by almost double the amount of items that I normally have. I would have been able to handle it just great if not for the additional hassle that I had of having to refund so many people and having to straighten all that out. I mean, I spent like a day and a half just trying to figure out how to straighten that out. And I would have a good idea of a system, and I would start like printing the things that I wanted, and then like halfway through I'd be like, no, this isn't going to work. It's not going to tell me this or this and that. So it was just awful, and I was wasting paper. I mean, so much paper to print all this stuff. So I have learned a few other things, though, how I will do things differently the next time. I just don't know about using the PayPal buttons again. And I really don't want to do it on eBay because of the fees. And I've had people say, oh, do it on Amazon, do it on Etsy. You'll get more shoppers. I don't need more shoppers. That's the least of my problems. What I want is to keep the fees down so I don't have to charge more for the fabric. So I want to do it on my blog. The fees, I still incur PayPal fees, but eBay takes 10%. That's a big chunk. At Etsy was outrageous and such a pain in the ass. I did Etsy, I don't know, maybe last year sometime, and I did it for 3 hours. When I would put my fabric on eBay, I would be usually sold out within 3 hours. I went on Etsy, I let everybody know that I had stuff on Etsy. I sold, I think, one thing in 3 hours, and I took everything off Etsy and put it on eBay. This is before I was doing it on my blog, and I will not revisit Etsy again. There was so much that I did not like about that site compared to eBay. I'm not straying from eBay, and I don't care what Amazon has or comes up with. That's not really my point. I just need a good shopping cart button, and I need to find that. I don't know what we're going to do if I don't, but I have to have another frenzy. Do you know that I even started working on the next frenzy before this frenzy even went live? When I was up to 60 items, I'm like, okay, I really have to stop, but I was so in the mood to just continue cutting things that I started cutting for the next frenzy. So I have some stuff already ready for that, and I have panels that didn't make it to this frenzy, and I have other fabric that didn't make it to this frenzy. So I definitely have to have another frenzy, and I love the frenzy format. I just love it. It's very exciting. It's a lot of work for me, and I do thrive on that, even though I can be stressed out. And even with the PayPal button fiasco, what was happening, in case you don't know, is I tell PayPal how much I have of each item, how many, and it's supposed to stop. If I have 6 of something, it's supposed to stop. And it wasn't. It was letting people order, and I couldn't keep up because things sell out so fast that, you know, I'd refresh a couple times and it would say, okay, there's 0 of this item. Even though I could see that it said there was 0 left, it was still letting orders go through. Oh my God. But I could have stopped it, but yet there's something about it that I just was like, I just have to keep going with this, because I was afraid if I stopped, I would never go back to it. And I thought it's better to just work through this. And I just was, my biggest fear is that people were going to be so upset that I had to keep refunding them. And I refunded a chunk. Almost every single item I put up, I had to give refunds for because it would oversell. And I am absolutely shocked that the things oversold, because some of those items I had a lot of. One item I had 30 of, and it sold like that. And another one I had 16, and that also sold out. And then there were just others. I have a place inside PayPal in the button manager, PayPal button manager, that I can see, like I have 8 of these, and then I would refresh, and I'd see it go down. And I'm not kidding. One time I had 8 of something, and I refreshed once, and it was 0. It was within a matter of seconds that people all jumped in to order that. So that's why I like the frenzy. And I know some have mentioned something about, well, maybe you should let us know how many items. The whole point is to not let you know. That's what causes the frenzy. Also, letting somebody know how many I have of something still doesn't let you know how many I have left. When you go to order, you don't know. PayPal, as far as I know, does not have any of the kind of buttons that show you how many are left. And I wouldn't want to do that anyway, because I like the frenzy part of it. It causes, like, insane buying habits. Because if my shoppers don't know if I have 1 or 10. They just want to jump on it and make sure that they get it. And that's the whole idea of the frenzy, and that's why I do it that way, and that's the way I want to continue doing it. And somebody else said, well, maybe you can do it for not so long. I'd fucking do it for an entire weekend straight if I didn't have to go to bed. I love that part of it. That's what I get high off. So I'm gonna just run it my way. I think I'm doing a pretty good job if I can't keep anything in stock, and that I'm even selling above and beyond what I even have in my house. I certainly don't like to overbuy things like panels, and I usually can't. I'm usually very limited. Like if I buy a panel, I'm glad if I can get 4 of them. Sometimes I buy panels that there is just that one, and I hate that because I go through the same amount of work to set that up just for one sale, you know, so that's not fun. I like it when I have multiples, but I don't want to buy too many of each thing because I don't want to get stuck with stuff, and I can't return the things. I probably could no, panels are cut fabric, can't return that. So I just don't, you know, want to go crazy with it. But anyway, that's what I went through. So I guess I'm going to go home now, and I have a lot to do before my trip, which is why I hated to even mention that I'm traveling, because it makes me now really know that I have a lot to do. And I, you know, probably will be slacking on videos until after the whole trip is over, but then I will be back to a regular routine. I am going to try to record a couple ASMR videos to go out while I'm traveling, but you know, I can only do so much with this frenzy. I just can't believe I had a frenzy. I had the frenzy planned in my head, I think, before I booked the trip, and I was like, okay, well, this is going to work. So anyway, it's just been busy, and I love it busy. All right, I'm gonna go home now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will be back with more soon. Bye.